How does falling off your roof do that to a guy's fingers?
Could have tweaked a vertebra in his neck. Could have impinged on the ulnar. Sorry, trouble concentrating. That tank top really absorbs moisture. Could impinge the ulnar nerve, cut the blood flow. Or it could be disseminated intravascular coagulopathy.
DIC? Guy falls off a roof, the first thought is always it's a clotting problem.
Trauma can activate the clotting enzymes. Guy could lose more than his hand.
Thank you very much. This guy's been working for me for a long time, and
Can I get bonus points if I act like I care? Cervical MRI, work up for DIC, and start him on a heparin drip.
Who?
You want to know his name? I'm sure it's in the file. Or you could ask her. She's his oldest, bestest friend. They were in Cub Scouts together.
I'll get started on the blood tests.
You haven't been a real doctor in 10 years. You'll make a mess all over the sheets.
I'll do it.
You have clinic duty. I still know how to handle a patient.
Get me blood. Lots of blood. They're better. They've showered.
Nurse! Help! Nurse! Help! Nurse!
What's up?
I can't move my arm. I can't move my arm.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
The protein C side effects we were worried about, they happened.
Where was the bleed?
His brain. It's causing right side paralysis. I've stopped the treatment and called a neurosurgeon.
Trauma from the fall could cause acute respiratory distress syndrome.
Right. I forgot. Your roof.
It would cause lung infiltrates and maybe fever and conceivably the cyanotic fingers.
The only question is why?
Why what?
Why her weird psychopathology requires a diagnosis informed entirely by personal guilt. Let's assume we've been wrong up until now. Let's assume just for 1 second that the Earth doesn't revolve around Cuddy's roof. What if he was sick before he had his run-in with gravity? He just didn't notice anything.
Well, pneumonia can cause DIC, which can cause cyanotic fingers.
Pneumonia doesn't hit that fast.
Sure. Only pavement hits that fast. It's not pneumonia. He might have missed a finger turning dark. He's not going to miss breathing problems. What else?
It's pneumonia. He wanted to go home. I thought he was lying. I told him I had a dinner party. I made him go up there.
Well, why didn't you just take out a gun and shoot him?
I thought it was just asthma.
You might have mentioned this earlier, Doctor. Maybe we could have sent some blood cultures to the lab instead of wasting a day indulging your self-loathing.
If it's just garden variety bacterial pneumonia, he's gonna be fine.
So give him garden variety Levaquin and a garden variety echocardiogram and go check out the kid's house.
The blood work will show us which type of pneumonia it is,
If he's
any.
huffing nail polish or pulling the wings off his pet parrot, this way it'll be faster. And I'll bet Julio's just dying to find out what's wrong with him. Go with her.
It's Alfredo. And I can handle getting a key and...
Rico and I no longer trust you deciding what's important and what's not. What do you think? Red thongs? I think red thongs. Okay, 20 bucks says I can get through this door in 20 seconds.
You're on.
Count me in.
No furniture polish, no paint thinner, or anything else worth sniffing.
Nothing in here either.
Except a few cockroaches. Nice. Someone should fix Alfredo's roof.
So, why haven't you fired House?
It's just, you guys are always screaming at each other, and I figure you hate him.
I don't hate him.
Why not? He's a great doctor, but any other hospital administrator would have fired him years ago.
4 of them did. The question is, why did I hire him?
So how'd you know about her key? You been doing a little handyman work for Cuddy yourself?
Someone as obsessive and insecure as Cuddy probably has 3 extra keys hidden away within 10 feet of the door.
And you consider obsession a negative quality?
Insecticide is organic. Soap is hypoallergenic. I got the bedroom. is where it all happens.
You both went to Michigan. Did you know him while you were there?
I was still an undergrad, but yeah, I knew him. He was already a legend.
So you just knew him as a legend.
My God, you're subtle. Anything on your mind?
Oh,
More cockroaches?
worse.
Beautiful.
There's no way you just deduced where that key was.
Does this count as red?
You gave yourself 20 seconds and put money on it.
Oh my God. She's got pictures of you in here. Just you. It's like some kind of weird shrine.
You kidding?
Yeah. She uses super tampons. What does that mean?
You two are just too nasty to each other not to have been nasty.
Hey, I can be a jerk to people I haven't slept with. I am that good.
There's nothing here. You ready to go, or you got some more stuff you want to sniff?
Whoa, check this out. It's fuzzy, it's black, it's alive. What about the aspergillus fungus we found under the sink?
What sink?
You ought to clean your bathroom better.
You broke into my house?
No, that would be wrong. I had a key.
You had no right to invade my privacy. There was no medical reason for that whatsoever. There was certainly no moral reason for it. Oh, damn. You're right. The focal consolidation makes fungal pneumonia far more likely.
You're right, I'm right. On the bright side, it has the advantage of keeping you totally responsible.
The treatment for aspergillus is amphotericin. That's hugely dangerous.
Yeah? Your point being?
Going the dangerous and aggressive route didn't work last time. It's bound to work this time. Start him on the amphoterrible.
Dr. Cuddy? I'm Manny, Alfredo's brother.
How's he doing?
He's worried about money. I want to work for you.
How old are you, Manny?
15.
12?
I can paint. I mow lawns. I rake leaves. I can start today.
Alfredo wants you to finish school.
Like you care.
Manny, I have known your brother.
He falls off your roof and you don't come to see him once?
Tracy, I'm increasing the speed a little.
My stomach really hurts. Jeremy, you out there? Talk.
You're doing great. Isn't this enough?
We're not getting any allergic response yet.
Come on, shut it off.
We don't complete the test. My boss will just come down here and do it himself. You do not want that.
She's in pain. Look at her.
I don't want to have to ask you to leave.
You're gonna ask me to leave? Are you kidding me? This is my wife. You guys aren't helping her. You're just hurting her. What? You guys have all this equipment here, and you're not doing anything. You guys can't even figure out what's wrong. Ow! Ow! No, it hurts. Oh,
Where?
my stomach and my chest. Ah!
God, Foreman, give me a wheelchair.
He's as sick as she is now.
Told you it would work.
Worked on the wrong patient.
We could spend all day arguing right or wrong. Give me the $100.
We didn't bet.
We could spend all day arguing whether we bet or not. Give me the $100.
Come on, Foreman, pay up. He won. Or we could just never finish the DDX.
Husband's test showed no MI, no aortic dissection. It's not his heart, it's just non-specific chest and abdominal pain.
So, psychosomatic, panic attack.
Pain persisted after he got lorazepam and morphine. Whose locker is that?
Mine. Chest, stomach, throat. What does it all mean?
We're in the nurse's locker room.
I know that. Oh, that is so annoying. Wilson's girlfriend's left her stuff in my locker again.
Great. I haven't committed any felonies yet today.
Relax. You know they're gonna blame.
House, you want to mess with Wilson, no problem. But you got no reason to screw around with.
We get back to the medicine.
Okay. Why assume one disease? His chest, her throat.
So it's just a coincidence that they both got crippling stomach pains. Wow, they really are a great couple. So much in common. One blue shoe. What do you think that means?
It means you're insane. Wilson's not dating her.
You feeling luckier?
It doesn't matter what I answer.
200 it is.
If they're married and caught the same disease, then it means they...
Ha! Brochure to a jazz festival in the Poconos this weekend.
Wilson likes jazz. Foreman, pay the man.
4, 5, 6 novels, no music. What does that mean?
She's literate.
Means she spends her leisure time reading, not listening. She'd only want to go and watch jazz if the other person wanted to go. She has a martyr complex, issues of inferiority.
Married couple, same disease. They either got it from each other or in the same place.
Infectious or environmental. All you have to do is check out parasites, viruses, bacteria, fungi, prions, radiation, toxins, chemicals, or it's internet porn related. I'll check the internet. You guys cover the rest of the stuff.
If they can live here without killing each other, they must really be in love. It's tiny.
How come it's taking you so long to search it?
Box of condoms in his jacket.
I know you're poor now, but buy your own.
She's on the pill. Why would they need condoms?
No. Put that back.
Why?
We show that to House, he'll just call the guy a cheating bastard. Look how he is with Wilson.
He'd be right. Could be an STD.
One that doesn't give him any symptoms in their sexual organs? They never mention anything.
Maybe they're embarrassed. What else could it be? You think they just like the sexy feel of latex against their genitals?
Maybe the wife just wants to be extra cautious.
Come on, you really believe that?
Yeah.
Good. Then I'm sure you'll have no problem convincing House.
That cheating bastard. He loves her.
Right. I bet he told you that she's the love of his life.
People lie. I get it. But they don't go up against 2 armed gunmen to save someone unless they really...
There's a reason that we don't let kids vote or drink or work in the salt mines. They're idiots. 20-year-olds fall in and out of love more often than they change their oil filters, which they should do more often.
Sorry. Ridiculous of me to draw a conclusion based on actually observing them. Should have just depended on your misanthropic view of human nature.
Gonorrhea explains all their symptoms. Fitzhugh-Curtis syndrome for her belly pain, costochondritis and bladder infection for his chest and abdominal pain.
Good. Now go rub their lying, cheating privates with a cotton swab.
Why would you want to look at her?
Is this because of the condoms? He found them in his jacket, figured he was hiding something from me. I thought I was pregnant last month. Kind of freaked me out. I'm way too young to have kids.
So you just wanted to be extra cautious.
Wish one of us had figured that out, stuck to his guns. Still gonna check you both.
She's the only girlfriend I've ever had. She's the love of me.
Please don't say it.
I can't say I love my wife.
We're still gonna test you.
What is it? I'm white?
Yeah, that's it.
Jared, I wish you would stop it. You're really embarrassing.
Everybody thinks they're so liberal, but I see how they look at us. White and black. Especially black. I'm sorry, Trace, but it's true.
Great. Prove us all wrong. No scarring, no purulent discharge, and the anti-ATs were negative. They don't have an STD.
What's that you say? You got a problem with interracial couples?
Thank you, Chase.
No. Any of your shorties ever been whiteys?
Not sure I understand your ghetto slang, Dr. House. How many black women have you dated, by the way?
I don't care about color, as long as they can help me breed a superior race.
Yeah. My exes have usually been black, so what? It's not a racial thing, it's cultural. I have more in common with them. Like, I assume you only date emotionally stunted bigots.
Sorry, you're right. That kind of prejudice is totally fine.
The abdominal pain's getting worse. We've had to up their morphine twice.
Take the wife off the steroids. If she spikes a fever, we'll know it's an infection. She doesn't, it's environmental. He got off easy. I almost gave him a colonoscopy.
That was one of the stupidest things you have ever done, and there is heavy competition for... What are you doing?
Only ate half your breakfast. Feeling a little sick this morning?
I'm not pregnant. They burnt my omelet. You need to apologize to this guy.
I'm a man of principle. I don't care how much time and money it costs you to defend me.
He wants to kill you.
No empty coffee cups. Not the caffeine. Good for baby.
Cups are in the other wastebasket. Baby's in your mind. You can berate patients all you want. Shoving objects into their rectums is assault. Pay attention to me.
Sorry. That would make it harder to ignore you. Can't ignore that rapidly expanding first trimester ass, though.
Sometimes an ass is just an ass. You are not always right, House. Apologize to the guy.
What are you doing here?
Stay away from my son.
How did you find us?
Stay away from that girl.
What happened?
She's dreaming. She started yelling.
You're breaking Jeremy's arm, please!
No one's hurting him.
Baby, it's me. It's Jeremy. Tracy. Tracy. She's okay. Baby, it was just a bad dream. Everything's okay. Tracy. Tracy.
It was an acute delirium.
Well, she's talking, right? I mean, she's coming out of it.
No, she's not really talking, just making sounds.
Okay, when's she gonna come out?
Jeremy, she's in a coma. So her vitals are pretty stable, but her response to stimuli is getting weaker, which means the coma is getting worse. Her brain is slowly shutting down.
Can I see her?
We're getting some more images to check for masses or infections. I'll increase your morphine.
Her hallucination. If you knew what it was, would that make any difference? Medically, I mean.
Not usually. Some cases, the form of a hallucination can tell us what part of the brain is being hit.
I think it was about my dad.
Your dad was breaking your arm?
He was a drunk, pill-popping racist. He caught me sneaking into her house when we were 13. She lived next door. Oh, he broke my arm and threatened her. We ran off when we were 16.
You still in touch with him?
He killed himself a couple of years ago.
It's not medical. I just thought blacks were the racist ones.
Is my mom okay?
She's gone to surgery.
Foreman, your girlfriend wants to know if you're available for Valentine's. Act surprised. What are you doing down here?
It's a snowstorm. You are short-staffed. We're all supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here. You're an ass. Act surprised. This could sting a little.
Ow. Can we hurry this up?
Make sure that...
Take your time. What's your name?
Hannah Morgenthau?
You have SEPA, Hannah Morgenthal.
Oh, I don't.
We have to do x-rays to make sure you don't have internal injuries, blood tests to make sure no infections, EEG for neurological anomalies, and biopsy a spinal nerve.
Whoa. Congenital insensitivity to pain is one of the rarest conditions on the planet. There's only been about 60 documented cases.
Yeah, and I have 7 reasons to think that she's one of them.
She says she's not.
And that's reason number 1. She knew what it was without us telling her. 2, she's still wet from the snow. She's not shivering. That's odd. Unless she can't sweat or feel hot and cold.
The ambulance was warm. I want to see my mother.
3, scarring around the lips and tongue. When she was a baby, she chewed on herself without feeling it.
I fell through a window when I was a kid.
4, when you cleaned the wound, she flexed into the cleaner instead of away from it. It's hard to fake pain when you've never felt it. It takes an imaginative leap, Ms. Morgenthal. It's one of them Jew names. Ashkenazis are a higher risk group.
On the other hand, she says she doesn't have it. And she'd be dead by now if she'd never been diagnosed.
They killed our Lord. You gonna trust them? She wants to see her mom. She admits having SIPA. She knows we're not letting her go anywhere without a battery of tests.
You said you had 7 reasons.
I pulled a number out of the air. What, 5 isn't enough?
5 lame reasons aren't. Taking her to see her mom as soon as...
I could hit her again. 6 isn't enough. Do the tests.
I want to see my mother.
Hi again. I'm sure I could say this without being condescending, but then you get the false impression that I respect you. So you're a kid, you're scared, you're stalling. Grow up.
I'm not scared. I'm never scared.
See? How juvenile was that? You can't feel pain. Nothing left but pleasure. Why don't you tell me how wonderful that is?
It sucks.
Better than being in pain all the time. Get in the chair.
Every morning, I have to check my eyes to make sure I didn't scratch a cornea in my sleep.
Oh, God, stop. I'm in a pool of tears here.
I can't cry.
Neither can I. Every morning, I check my eyes for jaundice in case the Vicodin's finally shot my liver.
I can't run anywhere without examining all my toes for swelling.
I can't run.
Boys can't hold me for too long because I can overheat.
Girls can't hold me for too long because I only pay for an hour.
I need an alarm on my watch to remind me to go to the bathroom. Now how many humiliating experiences before I thought of that?
Bathroom's 50 feet from my office. Every drink of water, I weigh the pros and cons.
After everything I do, I self-check. Mouth, tongue, gums for cuts, count teeth, check temperature, finger, toes, and joints for swelling, skin for bruises.
I got shot.
I sat on a stove when I was 3. Want to see the coil marks?
Yeah.
You think I'm lying?
You think I would just want to check out your tuchus, as your people would say? Put her in the chair and run the damn test. If she moves again, give her nitrous.
You weren't shot because of leg pain. You were shot because you're a jerk.
Some think the two are connected.
He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sick.
No, your EEG was normal. X-ray showed no breaks. Blood test showed no infections. Urine indicated no... Anna? Call a code. God. Need ice packs and cooling blankets. Got saline in there?
She's not flushed. She's not sweating. You must be...
She has a temperature of 105.
One of these is warm, and the other is very hot. Start here, move to the hot one, just a few seconds, then back. We're going to monitor activity in your brain while you do it. If you feel any response to the heat, it could indicate a vascular problem.
How's my mom doing?
She's okay. Do you feel anything?
No. What does okay mean?
She's still in surgery. They tell me it's going okay. You can take your hand out.
And you didn't ask anything else?
Take your hand out of the water.
What's going on with my mother?
You just got second-degree burns.
I'll be fine. What's going on with my mother? Is she gonna die?
They said she's okay. Surgery this long is typical when there are internal injuries.
Laxone and kinase proteins in.
And that's gonna make me feel pain? I didn't feel anything when you guys screwed this thing into my head.
It'll replace missing chemicals in your nerves. Heightened sensitivity. We're gonna be drilling directly into your skull. The response should indicate sarcoma.
What does it feel like?
It hurts. Sorry. Bone pain is the worst there is. So you need to let me know as soon as you feel anything. She's ready.
So what? I just sit here while you guys drill a hole in me? You wanna talk?
Just you and your mom, huh? You two must be pretty close.
We were. Until I got arrested. 3rd time.
Drugs.
Fights.
You've got an advantage.
Not really. Never know when to stop.
You piss a lot of people off, or are you just trying to piss off your mom? Those are pretty much the only two choices you have. Hannah? You want us to stop?
Stop the drill. Stop the drill.
It's okay. What'd you feel? Where did you feel it? Hannah, I need to know how it hurt.
Get away from me! I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yes, you are. You're so jealous I can do anything.
Hannah, you're having a paranoid delusion.
I don't believe you.
Do you think she would?
This is real. You want me to be in pain. You even said so.
If we wanted to hurt you, we'd let you jump.
Just let me see my mother.
Fine. We'll take you to her OR observation room.
I don't believe you.
Your mother is fine. I just spoke to a surgeon.
I don't believe you.
Hannah, what do you want from us? What do you want us to do?
I can't feel my legs.
You're trying to pull the same stunt twice in 10 minutes.
I'm not pretending. They don't hurt. They're just there.
You still haven't figured out that I don't need sedation?
So you don't move during the procedure.
Is that nitrous? What, are you trying to kill her? I gave her nitrous during the EEG. That's what made this thing rear its ugly.
What thing?
B12 deficiency.
Are you having deja vu? We've had this conversation. She was given B12. She didn't get better.
Because someone else ate it. Get an abdominal MRI.
What? What are you doing? Don't touch me!
See? There she goes.
Don't touch me!
The paranoid delusion. Marichi's going downhill. Forget the MRI. We need an OR.
Leave me alone!
Occupy!
Her hernia can wait.
Help! They're trying to kill me!
Okay, you can either believe that we really are trying to kill her, or you can assume that she's suffering from a medical condition. Seeing this is a hospital and we're all dressed like doctors and there are easier ways to kill somebody.
Bev, help them.
I'm gonna need iodine, scalpel numbers 10 and 15, forceps, and a largish salad bowl. Okay, hold her down. Come on, weenie, she's in a cast. Swap. 15.
You're not going to anesthetize her?
Relax, it's just a magic trick. She's faking it. We're not falling for it this time. Okay, keep that retracted.
Lake fishing can be fun. It can bring the generations together. If you don't cook that trout or perch well, you'll be giving room and board to this fella.
By free board, I mean all B12 you could take in.
I could have a tapeworm in me.
Not likely. You'd be in a lot of pain.
It's gotta be 25 feet long.
Damn it. World record's over 60.
That's not funny, freak.
No one is laughing, Daniel.
I wasn't drunk. Had 1 or 2 drinks. People often underestimate alcohol's effect on their... I was on my way to 6. I know how alcohol affects me. This wasn't the alcohol.
You lived in Manhattan for 3 years, then a year in Oregon, 18 months in New Mexico, less than a year in Wisconsin, and now you've been living in Trenton for the last 6 months.
Yep.
The more we know about you, the more likely it is we can help you.
It's not medically relevant. So. No way to know unless you went to medical school. Four years ago, a teen in a youth group at my church accused me of inappropriate contact. I was innocent, but the church decided to transfer me, said it would be easier for all involved. When the parishioners at the new church got wind of why I'd been transferred, they were unhappy. I was sent off again and again, and how is any of that medically relevant? So the kid lied? He was confused. Confused whether you molested him or not? Okay, you wanted to know why I moved around so much, and I told you. How about telling me why I was hallucinating? Syphilis could explain the hallucination. I'm not sexually active. You don't have to admit you did anything with the kid. You weren't always a priest. I wanted to be since I was 12. I entered the seminary when I was 17. Maybe it wasn't a hallucination. Maybe it really was Jesus. I'm not insane.
Seeing Jesus makes you insane? Bit of an odd attitude coming from a priest.
Well, it's just a job now. The fairy tale ended a long time ago.
You're a wuss. Part wimp, part puss.
I have no choice. I'm part of the ceremony.
Thought you were already circumcised.
It's one night for a friend.
What about the friend who has 2 tickets to see Brubeck at the Blue Note?
I thought you had an orgy plan.
I lied.
Are you lying about the Brubeck tickets?
Yes, but only to save you from yourself.
I'll be fine. And so will Cuddy if you don't show up. I'm surprised she even invited you.
It is oddly flattering.
God, I'm so sick of his stupid stunts.
Everybody has to put up with their boss's stupid stunts.
No, they don't. There's HR, there's Cuddy, there's other jobs.
House doesn't listen to HR. Cuddy will let him fire us before she fires him, and I don't want another job.
Why do you cling to him? Why do you defend him?
Just because I don't want to be unemployed doesn't mean I'm codependent.
I'm not saying you're codependent, I'm saying you're scared.
You know what? You're right.
So you want to quit?
No. I want to stop a stupid stunt. House doesn't want either one of us to quit. He wants this. He's got 2 lab rats in a maze and thrown in 1 piece of cheese.
So what do we do?
Nothing.
Cool.
It's cool he's a child molester?
It's cool a priest doesn't believe in God. It's cool that God did to him what he did to the kid.
Allegedly.
You think he's innocent?
He had honest eyes.
And you think he's guilty, which explains why you're dying to discharge him.
I'm dying to discharge him because he's not sick, not because he's a pedophile.
Allegedly.
You actually believe the kid got confused?
If everybody lies, that includes teenage boys.
Aren't we lucky to have such an interesting patient?
Had. There's nothing wrong with him.
World's most boring case just became a page-turner. You want to tear out the last chapter?
You want to examine his character, go to his soup kitchen. We're done testing him for things he doesn't have.
Bad news for Foreman at 13. Case is over.
We're not splitting up.
So which one of you is taking a hike?
And neither of us is quitting.
Interesting.
You were fine with chasing Cameron dating. You obviously don't actually have an issue.
You're fired.
How long are you gonna keep this up? We know you're not
wrong. Again. In fact, in the last few weeks, it's hard to remember a correct call you made. Chase had compromised his professional judgment to help Cameron. I fired his ass, too.
When my mistake blew up, you did everything to keep me from contacting the drug company.
To save your license, not your job. And definitely not your relationship. So, badge.
Fine.
Why don't you see if you can find us a real case?
How can you discharge me when you have no idea what's wrong? We know what's wrong, and now that you've slept it off... It's not just a hallucination. I feel nauseous. My foot feels numb, like it's fallen asleep.
You didn't mention that before?
I didn't notice it before. Are you hiding from someone? Why are you so intent on staying here? I don't feel well. I know there's something wrong with me.
Which foot?
My left.
Oh, God.
What the hell is that? What is that?
Your toe just fell off.
Must be my lucky day.
New symptom means the old symptom was a real symptom, and I get to keep our pederast priest after all.
Where are Foreman and 13?
They left. Leprosy could cause necrosis and hallucination.
Why would they leave?
Because Foreman doesn't work here anymore, and 13 is mad that I fired him. Don't worry, she'll be back. She'll be pissed off, she'll want to take a stand, and then Foreman will convince her there's no reason both of them should be out of a job. Leprosy's a bad fit.
Why'd you fire Foreman?
I gave him a choice, split or quit. He chose neither. About ergotism.
He's giving up his career for her?
He's giving up this career for her. No, normal white blood count. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
They're good doctors.
Separately, they're great doctors. Better than you. Together, they're morons. Go check out the house that they would have checked had this been a real case. And page 13, tell her to run the blood for CO and get the priest in a hyperbaric chamber before anything else falls off.
So what are we gonna do now?
I get a letter of recommendation from Cuddy and find a new job.
Oh, that's it? You're just gonna give up?
House is right. Our relationship did affect my judgment.
Then I should quit. It'll be easier for me to find another job.
Not like this one.
We should both quit.
What's that gonna accomplish? Don't worry. I'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I'll see you tonight.
I'll be home early.
You really think House is done with Foreman?
If you ask me, Foreman should be done with 13. He's not going to get a better job, which means he'll end up resenting her for losing this one, which she'll end up resenting.
Or the hardship will bring them closer together. She'll invite friends over for Foreman to share. No leaks in the heater.
She's not a nympho. She's bisexual, which, by the way, means she's accustomed to partners who don't need a map to find the treasure. CO poisoning might have come from these cigarettes.
Unless he was smoking them in a bell jar. And even if you know where the treasure is, you can still be pretty hard to dig it up without a shovel.
You can buy a shovel.
Let's see. How do I keep House from ruining my precious display of religious hypocrisy? I know. I'll pressure him to attend, knowing that he'll never agree to anything I actually want him to do.
I didn't pressure you, I invited you. And there's nothing hypocritical about recognizing your heritage.
So you keeping kosher now? Wearing four-cornered garments, slaughtering heifers to the god Ra? Wait, is that one of your people? Do it all, do nothing, or option C. You're a liar and a hypocrite.
House, for better or for worse, you are a part of my life. It isn't a ploy. It's a sincere invitation. I honestly want you to come.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'm glad. You idiot. I was free and clear. Now he's coming and it's your fault.
Since when have your failed attempts at communication through lies become my fault?
Since you forgot how to keep your mouth shut, you messed it up, and now you're gonna fix it. And you're gonna keep my name out of it.
How is he?
Stable. Necrosis doesn't look to be spreading.
I was talking about Foreman. Is he really gonna leave?
That's usually what people do when they get fired.
Why are you biting my head off? I was just wondering what he was gonna do.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's not your fault.
My patient is still fighting in the feminist trenches, but the war is over. Yesterday's sluts are today's empowered women. Today's sluts are celebrities. That isn't progress.
I'm leaving.
Are you gonna take another 2 months? Boy, you're really milking this bereavement thing, aren't you? I mean, good for you. You take all the time you need.
I'm resigning. Maybe moving out of New Jersey. I don't know yet.
Okay. It's an understandable reaction.
It's not a reaction, it's a decision. I'm writing Cuddy my resignation right now. I'm just back for the week to wrap up my clinical administrative duties.
You, of all people, should know. This is bereavement 101.
You think that a change of venue...
Well, that spares me decades of psychoanalysis.
I'm not saying you're not in pain.
You're saying my pain's a cliche.
I'm saying that pain fades.
Did yours?
Physical pain is different.
I'd rather have my leg chopped off.
We don't know that because you haven't felt.
Neither of you.
Sorry, patient's got a rectal bleed.
Busy.
We need you to...
Actually, as you can see, I'm not busy. It's just a euphemism for get the hell out of here. This is your grief talking. And yeah, it is a bit textbook. So before you give away all your possessions to the Salvation Army.
My girlfriend's dead. I'm glad you've read that book before. I haven't. I'm late to meet Dr. Rowland to brief him on the cases I'm handing over. Bye.
You're being an idiot. You're gonna blow up your career. And 6 months from now, when you've moved on from amber to burnt sienna, you're gonna be stuck in a mobile oncology truck in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'd need a flowchart to explain all the ways in which that was ridiculously insensitive.
Can't hide from misery.
This isn't your business.
My skull was cracked open trying to save her.
Then we all need a little tea and sympathy. I'm through discussing it.
We have a patient.
Who's obviously not going anywhere with a bloody rectum.
Great to have you back.
Actually,
he's about to thrust a tanto into the belly of his career.
I'm leaving the hospital.
I'm sorry, this is obviously a terrible time.
Why are you leaving?
I just need a change of scenery.
Buy a plant.
Rectal bleeding, 2 positive pregnancy tests.
There's nothing we can do.
You could ask House to be a grown-up and respect my decision.
I respect things that deserve respect. This decision, on the other hand, is a dog wearing a cape.
Hallucinations, heart won't respond.
The patient tested positive for pregnancy because the patient is pregnant. You have to stop Wilson from committing career malpractice.
Talk to him.
I already talked to him twice. He threw me out.
Mocking him and insulting him. Let's see. Yes, technically, those are categories of conversation.
Block his references to other hospitals. Tell him he can't hand off his cases until...
Talk to him. Deal with his grief. Talk to him about what he's going through.
That's a brilliant idea. We'll take him out for a beer. We'll make up for the fact that Amber's in a pine box, that there's randomness and chaos in the universe.
Tell him you're sorry.
I didn't kill her.
You were drunk and...
Yeah, if her daddy hadn't been drunk, she might never have been born, so...
You called her up in the middle of the night. She was on the bus because of you.
I didn't ask her to come out. I wasn't driving the bus. I wasn't driving the garbage truck that hit the bus. And I did not prescribe her the flu meds that killed her.
Yes, I know. That's all true, but... You really don't feel any sense of guilt? You want to keep him, he needs to know he's not alone. Just tell him you feel like crap.
It'd be meaningless.
Well, then find some meaning. And do something.
It's for you.
I told you that I was sorry. Would it change anything?
I wouldn't believe you.
If you believe me.
It's hard to imagine such a world.
I'm going home. Until you agree to stay at this hospital.
You can't be... That's blackmail. And to do your job, why not hold a gun to your own head?
Your conscience bleeds more freely than my head. Text. Patient's in cardiac arrest. Ouchie.
You'd jeopardize a patient because of my...
It keeps you here. Your friendship matters more to me than this patient.
I've got to do what's right for me. You've got to do what's right for you.
Yeah. But it comes easier for me.
Where is he? Where is he?
You mind if I come in?
Not at all. You mind if I leave?
I told you not to take that case specifically so you could deal with Wilson.
And the two ended up dovetailing rather nicely, don't you think?
Is this how you show your friendship? By bludgeoning him with guilt?
Because he's my friend, I know what works on him.
Well, I can't let you walk away from a patient.
Then fire me.
You're willing to risk your career, but you're not willing to say you're sorry.
I told him I'm sorry. He didn't believe it.
Well, make him believe it.
I don't believe it.
You don't want to believe it. Because if you tell Wilson how you actually feel about him, about what happened to Amber, about your part in what happened, and he walks out the door anyway, if you make yourself vulnerable for once in your nerve-deadening, emotionally obliterating... You're doing the same thing he is. You're running away. Only he's not killing anyone in the process.
This is your 911? Goodbye.
Stop. I'm withholding your salary history from every hospital in the tri-state area.
You go, girl.
And I'm permanently setting every TV in this building to the Pottery Channel unless you both sit down. Welcome to couples counseling.
So what do you want to tell us?
Nothing. Nothing I say is going to change anything. You guys need to talk.
Actually, you should read the psych literature. Repression's gaining a lot of fans. What you don't face can't crush you.
Talk to each other.
How you doing? Good?
Fine, thanks.
Sit. See, the two of you are friends. Look how you both...
I think you're an idiot. We both also eat with forks. It doesn't really prove...
Talk to him. Tell him how you feel about what he's doing.
I told him he's an idiot.
Tell him what you think about him leaving.
I think he's an idiot.
You're an idiot. He's in pain, and your response is just to emotionally blackmail him.
Told me what your position is on that one. You're against it, right?
She hasn't told you in front of me. She needs to prove she's on my side.
Go to hell.
So much for that theory.
I'm sorry you lost Amber. I cannot imagine what it is you're going through, but it will not get better by you walking away from everyone that cares about you. Do you think Amber would want you to walk away?
Nobody at this hospital even liked Amber.
I'm sorry. I know I didn't try to kill her. I know I didn't want her hurt. I know it was a freak accident. But I feel like crap, and she's dead because of me.
I don't blame you. I wanted to. I tried to. I must have reviewed Amber's case file 100 times to find a way. But it wasn't your fault.
Then we're okay. I mean, I know you're not, but maybe I can help.
We're not okay. Amber was never the reason I was leaving. I didn't want to tell you because I was trying, like I always do, to protect you, which is the problem. You spread misery because you can't feel anything else. You manipulate people because you can't handle any kind of real relationship. And I've enabled it. For years, the games, the binges, the middle of the night phone calls. I should have been the one on the bus, not... You should have been alone on the bus. If I've learned anything from Amber, it's that I have to take care of myself. We're not friends anymore, House. I'm not sure we ever were.
I'm just a little nauseous, I am. I think I ate too much. Can we take a break?
Of course. Excuse us. What did you eat?
Nothing weird.
Have you been drinking?
No, Dad. You
Because
know
I don't mind if you...
Dad? Dad? What are you doing? You're scaring me. It hurts. Let go. What are you doing?
Henry! Henry! Let go. The occasional drink. Doesn't bother me, but... What?
Are you okay?
What's the matter?
His right testicle was almost twice as big as his left.
Cool.
It's probably testicular cancer.
No, that's impossible.
The symptoms all indicate...
The shoes aren't right. Here's how testicular cancer would manifest itself. First, the patient would get the exact symptoms that he's got. Then foreman would examine him. Then he'd suspect testicular cancer on account of the symptoms being so perfect. Then he'd stick a needle in it. Then he'd call a surgeon. And while that guy operates, the rest of us would be out bowling. And since we're not wearing bowling shoes, the disease obviously did not progress in that fashion.
LP showed some white cells, but his MRI is clean.
Sure, if you call a microabscess in his brain clean. Well, you don't trust me?
Are you talking about the left temporal lobe?
Neat. You can see through my hand.
It's just a shadow.
Or it's an infection. When guys have brain crotch problems, it's usually the result of using one too much and the other too little.
Blood and urine were negative for syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia.
So treat him for all three. Stat.
Negative means he doesn't have it.
No, negative means he probably doesn't have it, which means he probably has cancer.
I thought we were wearing the wrong shoes for cancer.
We're wearing the wrong shoes for testicular cancer. They're perfect for lymphoma. Except Chase's, they're just goofy. Lymphoma could cause infiltrates in his reproductive organs and his brain. If it's this advanced, he's dead no matter what we do. So give him the STD meds and hope the tests were wrong.
Dad, is everything okay?
I have a sexually transmitted disease.
How's that possible?
He met a woman in church.
Does she play bridge?
She...
Last card!
Is this another seizure?
Shut up.
Coming in. Oh, God. Here you go.
40 milligrams furosemide. Knock him out.
How would an STD do this?
It wouldn't.
Lymphoma wouldn't erupt that suddenly.
So what is it? A disease that attacks his brain, heart, and testicles. I think Byron wrote about that.
Could be psittacosis.
Chlamydia cultures would have come back positive. Strep rhodians can hit the heart.
Wouldn't mess with the reproductive system. Maybe things aren't so nicely connected. He's 65. We could be looking at multiple systems just starting to break down independently.
Way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
He's had acid reflux for years. It can't be relevant.
Seems there are other ways to kill people besides having sex with them. The problem is not your lungs, it's your heart. That Italian cheese thing at the church. What sort of cheese?
Why do you need to know?
I'm having a fondue party. Was it sheep cheese?
Might have been. Why?
Was it soft?
Yeah.
Taste like crap?
Yeah, bitter.
Taste like this?
Yeah. But how did you...
That was regular low-fat American. I added some bacteria for flavor.
You fed him bacteria?
It's pretty much on everything, especially the unpasteurized sheep cheese they make in the Alps. That stuff will give you brucellosis. Key to a long life, exotic women, boring cheese. I'm gonna start you on rifampin and doxycycline.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, nobody else at the church got sick.
99.9% of Christians have so much acid in their stomach, They become churning cauldrons of death for all those nasty Brucellosis bugs. But you were taking antacids for your acid reflux. So that turned your digestive tract into a pleasant scenic river for all those bacterial tourists.
How long before you get the tests back?
We'll know before that. If I'm wrong, it'll just keep getting worse and slowly die. And if I'm right, either we caught it in time and he gets better, or we didn't, and he goes into cardiac arrest at any moment.
Paddles. Charging. 250. Clear. Charging. 300. Clear. Charging. 360. Clear. Epinephrine.
He's a prime candidate for transplant. Doesn't smoke, drinks moderately. His tox screen was negative for illegal drugs and legal ones. Surveillance blood cultures show absolutely no sign of any lingering Brucella bacteria.
He's 66 years old.
Told me he was 65. Liar. I'm out of here.
There is an inverse correlation between patient age and success rates.
He's in excellent health. This was his first hospitalization since breaking his leg at 23. Or 22, I'm not sure anymore.
If this patient were to survive the operation, he'd get another what? 5, 10, maybe 20 years if he's very lucky?
So you're saying that old people aren't as worth saving as young people?
He's saying that hearts are a scarce resource. We obviously have to choose criteria.
No, I get it. Women live longer, so they should get preference, right? And African Americans, they die a lot younger, so the hell with them.
What, you think you're gonna win me over by calling me a racist?
If the test is who gets to use it the longest, you can either be a racist or a hypocrite.
Your patient had a life, a family. We've got 18-year-old kids who will never...
How old are you, doctor? When do we get to toss you on an ice floe?
And thank you, Dr. House. Unless anybody else has any further questions, we will now go into private session.
Oh, I'm on pins and needles. I wonder how you'll decide.
I'm sorry. They voted no.
So, when will I die?
Might have a week.
There's one woman who was in a car accident.
Bad one, I hope.
Organ procurement people have been notified.
Give me her file.
It's in the ER. They're still working on her.
Age?
About 40.
Young, damn.
Young is good.
Smoker?
Don't know.
Find out.
She's still alive. Even if we get on the list, we can't go near her.
Overweight?
She's on the hefty side.
Excellent. Our odds just went up.
What odds? What is this?
60% of potential donor hearts get tossed in the trash because there's something wrong with them. With fat people, it's closer to 80.
But if her heart's no good, then...
Big, fat, sloppy heart. Beats no heart at all.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Newberger?
Yeah. Why?
I'm Amy Arrington. I wanted to thank you.
This girl's father will die by next weekend unless he gets her wife's heart.
House, don't you think that's a little manipulative?
No, it's hugely manipulative.
You're an ass.
Hey, listen, you take your wife off life support, and I'll have forgotten about this in 2 weeks. Gail here, on the other hand.
Amy.
Whatever. You're mad at me. Fine, I get that. Take it out on me, not on her.
Fine. Your dad can have her heart.